Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, 30th of May 2022. So Soaring stocks break 100-year record losing streak amid macro meltdown. So again, you've got that polar opposite thing where the market continues to move higher, despite the fact that the macro fundamentals show that the market should be moving lower. It appears that they turn the machines back on. Well, it's probably about right, based upon what we're seeing at the moment. News squawk, US market wrap stocks snap 7-week loss as bond selling dwindles. And why stocks are surging and what today's core PCE data means for the next month's CPI print. This came out as forecast at 0.3, if I recall, from Friday. And that was all the market needed to move higher. And Wall Street, most bearish analyst points to bigger equity inflows in 10 weeks, remains bearish and says to fade the rallies. Well, it's a painful experience if you don't follow what the market's doing. It's good to know the background of the market as we see here and the news headlines. But again, that's why you develop a technical strategy with overbought conditions, etc., and then trade those in condition and in harmony with the daily charts. The Fed will pause rate hikes in September. Here's how to trade it. It says here, but we expect that the pause will gain increasing sponsorship from Fed members if financial conditions remain tight or worsen and incoming economic data continues to disappoint. Well, it means basically that they will backtrack, which is what we've said all along. News this week. Today, it's bank holiday for the US. When the US is closed, it's only going to be the bonds, etc. Then the Dow tends to make its way to the upside. Waller is going to be speaking at 4 p.m. We've got consumer confidence tomorrow from the US, European on Wednesday with Lagarde. Then over to the US manufacturing jolts and FOMC. Bullard speaking as well. And then just going further into the week, we've got 2 bank holidays for the UK this week in observation of the Queen's 70th Jubilee. So the US markets will continue to trade as before. We've got ADP this week as well. This is out on Thursday, normally Wednesday, but everything's a day behind up until Friday, which is most odd because they're actually going to release the non-farm payroll on Friday as normal. Meanwhile, the gold-silver ratio continues to move slightly lower there at 83.76. We'll see more on that in just a moment. Let's have a look at the Dow. So on Friday, we saw the market continue to move higher. You can see this trading up to the 78% retracement, drawn in from here back to here. The market continuing to show green parabolic and closing above the 50 EMA. It needs to get through that 78 and 89 and up to here for this to continue to move higher. The US, like I say, it's Memorial Day, I think, today, and this only sees the government, I'm sure only the government bonds close, not the stock markets, and they're not just trading the electronic market. Anyway, this is the upside target of 34,120. It's a big move up to there, but certainly through the 78 wouldn't be much of a problem. And when you get US holidays, you don't tend to find 9 times out of 10 that the market will move higher and not lower. But there's always that exception to the rule, particularly that we've had, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight, 6 days with this one as they bought the market. But we've had 6 trading days straight up. Nothing to stop you having 7, because we've had this before between 2009 when they started QE. We've had many days where the market's gone up 15, 16 days straight. In the 30-minute chart, you can see what happened. We had the news out on Friday. The PC core numbers came out. The market moved slightly lower to the close, became oversold, and then it was demand in there as well. And then it was the launch pad, and the market just continued to the upside all the way through. Didn't even take a breather. So from here to the close, we saw the market move up 639 points there, with an average of 38 points per bar. So again, just looking at this, we're already trying to trade above Friday's high, and once we get through this, we can then head up to these numbers here. Again, use discretion. trade what you see in the charts. At some point the market runs out of steam, and if it does, then it will have a pullback. So trade what you see. In the German DAX, we see a similar picture here where the market has moved up also to the 78% retracement. Got resistance to the left here and the 89% here. We've got this high to the left, which is, I'll just draw this in at the right spot. And there you can see 14,927. That's 15,000 ballpark, or 14,950 if you wanted the next BRN. But certainly the 14,745 there is more than on the cards. We've also got a bit of resistance here as well at 14,600 bar 1 point as well. And on Friday, we saw the market go short initially, which again, I hold my hands up. I had a comment on the YouTube saying that I got it wrong. What I do is give a broad outlook of the market direction, and then, as with all trading strategies, you have to trade the strategy depending on the direction the market takes. I traded the short, took profits. The market got down to the close. It's oversold. We have a crossover in the stochastics. We also had divergence before the market dropped, and then the market started to trade to the upside, and you can see where they became oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, but the market wasn't pulling back. It was just making minor pullbacks of 20-30 points and then continued in the direction. So before the Dow opened, we were oversold. We saw the market come back 40 points there. We then got a retracement there of 89%, crossover on the stochastics, demand, all of the requirements that we need. We've got the momentum starting to move to the upside and the DAX continuing to move higher. So there at the initial, we saw the market move higher, and then it went short and took profits on the trade before when the market actually traded down to being oversold at the close, and the stochastics crossing there before then trading in the direction the market was actually showing. So you've got to trade what you actually see. Like I say, the daily charts give us a good indication, but we don't know how it's going to end up at the end of the day. So again, it's very important that you use what's actually in the course. Let's have a look at the currencies. So GBP not doing a lot, still stuck at this 78% retracement there. Well, not doing a lot in the daily chart, but in the 30-minute chart, again, not a lot for Friday. There was about 80 points there. Again, market finding support at the DP where you'd expect it, with demand, with a crossover, before moving back to the upside, becoming overbought, and then retracing 50% to the close, oversold, crossover, moving back to the upside, etc. But fairly quiet for the JPY. Meanwhile, in the pound, this trading above the 126 area for Friday, and we've got the 62% retracement above here, and also the 50 EMA where the market could find a problem, a bit of resistance there. And in the 30-minute chart, again, you'll see the market being oversold, demand, and the crossover DP, where you can expect to find a lot of support before the market moves higher, becomes overbought, crossover supply, and then moves lower, retraces 62.78, oversold before moving back to the upside. And at the moment, we're currently overbought, where the market's pulled back, waiting for the UK Forex traders to kick in at 7 a.m. And finally, in the metals, we can see that we've got silver having a bit of a struggle on Friday as expected. But again, overnight, the market now holding above the $22 area. Hopefully, it'll continue to do this. We need to take out Friday's high, because that certainly was a selling area. So let's have a look at this in the 30-minute chart. So Friday's high is going to be, let's just put that in there, is 22.45, which you can see there. They sold into it on the PCE news at 1:30, and then the market never really recovered. It done really well till they had the news, and then they just hammered it lower as normal. 1 p.m. fix, and down she went, retracing 89% of its move. But overnight it's moving up quite nicely at the moment, but it is overbought at the moment. And again, 1 p.m. expect it to be hammered back down towards Friday's low, because that's what they're trying to do at the moment in suppressing the price. And they must be, because the dollar's actually continuing to move lower. I mean, silver should be back at 27 based on the move that has happened here, but it's not. But the dollar continuing to move lower there, but no reciprocal move in the silver market. In gold, this also continuing to try and move back to the upside as well, which is very interesting given the fact that the stock market is moving strongly to the upside, that gold and silver are also starting to move, and the dollar is coming down. So yeah, get through the 62% retracements, and then you've got 78% there at 1882 with the 50 EMA. And finally, crude oil still trading up nearly at the 120 per barrel level. You're going to see fuel prices rising at the pumps once again. That's where we're at the moment. If we take this out, then we can expect to see prices moving to the upside. Let's just go to here. So 122, and then all the way back up to 129, 133 in the bigger time frame there. So again, watch this area here. This 120 is very important. $120 per barrel, 120 77 cents. If we get through this, then we're free to move back up to where we were in February, I think, isn't it? Yeah, February, when we hit March the 7th, when we hit that $138 per barrel. Okay, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.